Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saving Grace. Today, I wanted to share a message that's been with me for a while. It came back through Pastor Prince as well to remind me, so I wanted to share with you all. And it's titled Living Condemnation Free is Christ-Centered Living. In Genesis 3:6-7, Eve took of the fruit and ate, and the eyes of both of them were opened. So in the beginning, we see God is referred to as Jehovah God in English, or Yahweh in Hebrew. And Yahweh means he who makes that which has been made, or he who brings into existence whatever exists. So right from the beginning, God establishes himself as creator of human beings. Yahweh tells the serpent in Genesis 3:14, after Eve and Adam ate the apple, because you've done this, you are cursed. And I, God, will put enmity, hostility, hatred, animosity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. So, whatever happened in the story of the apple and however that happened, we don't really quite understand. But whatever happened between Eve and Satan, the serpent's seed could now enter the woman and procreate. We see this later with before the flood as well. God ended up wiping out the entire world because Satan literally had procreated throughout the world. There were giants in the land, and that is why God had to destroy it at one point. Anyway, getting back onto topic. So whatever happened again, so the serpent seed could now enter the woman. And the devil had convinced them that there was another way, right? Other than God's way. God's way, what he defined by Adam, was speaking things into existence. His ways of creation is the only perfect way, although men have been trying to create life since, of course, you see the beginning. But in Genesis 2:7, we see the way that God creates life. He formed us and fashioned us from his hands. He made us. And then he breathed into Adam's face the breath of life. He breathed into Adam's face. Breath is very important to God. Air is very important to God. And there was a life-giving force that he has. We can't do that. None of us can blow into somebody else and give them life. So God punished Satan, Adam and Eve, and he told them each all different things. He said, for men, we would now have to work, to toil, that we would have sorrow and grief and childbirth, because basically we created our own way versus God's way of speaking it so. And it's just interesting to note that Adam had all things at his tongue from the beginning. So after hearing their punishment, the first thing Adam did was to speak Eve's name. Eve had not been named before. I'll go into this in in the next slide. This is a 5-part series, but Adam and Eve were both called Adam by God. Eve, at this point, now has her name from Adam because he said she would become the mother of all living. So he spoke to, in the context of what this later is going to grow into, we're talking about marriage, love, and instead of his wife sinned and his wife brought that to him and he sinned, but he didn't blame her. He didn't yell at her. He didn't call her names. He chose instead to speak grace and love to Eve. He spoke life into her life because God had really condemned them to death. They weren't sure how long. They didn't know that they were going to have, I don't believe, 900 years still outside of once they left the confines of what God had created. So either way, this is the first part of our marriage series and living condemnation free. So there will be 5 parts. So please come back and finish with us. Thank you so much today for just spending a few moments with me. And I pray you have a blessed day.